Since it's watercolor month, I thought that I'd share some tips if you're a new watercolor artist and you don't want to spend a lot of money or you're worried about getting the wrong supplies. This is my advice. So, paper choice is quite personal. This particular sketchbook has cold press paper in, so it's a lot more rough than a hot press paper book. So this is another little sketchbook that I've got that's got hot press paper, and you'll see that it's a lot more smooth. So I would actually start with hot press paper. You don't have to start with books. You could actually just work with sheets of paper, which is probably the easiest to start with. I would not buy an expensive watercolor set. I would work with this particular set. So this is a wonderful set. It's by Kuretake, and it is, you can get it in various sizes. So you can get 12 or you can get 24, and you can get various combinations of color. This is a really highly pigmented watercolor set. So it behaves like gouache, which is an opaque paint, but you can water it down to make it really thin and behave like watercolor. So I would start with something like this. Some artists actually work with tubes, but I would not start with tubes because I find that a lot of tubes end up, the paint hardens in the tube, and then it's almost impossible to get it out of the tube. So I would go for the solid blocks. You can, at a later stage, build your own watercolor set. So I bought this empty tin, and I have bought various paints. So these are all different brands, and I just selected them and put them into this container. And this particular container has half pans, and it's got the full pans on the side. You can see that these ones at the back here were in tubes, and I just squeezed the paint out of the tubes and put it into my palette. I use this case or palette for mixing my paint on the sides of it. But if you go for this option, you can always use a plastic daisy palette. This is wonderful for mixing paint in. And the other thing you'll need is a bit of kitchen towel for mopping up excess paint. And you will also need containers for water. So generally, you need one container for mixing um, water into your paint, and the other container will be for cleaning dirty brushes. So you always need the two. I've actually misplaced my brushes now. Okay, the madness hits again. I found my brushes, and basically, what you'll need is a fairly wide brush, a medium sized brush, and a thin brush. And I would start with those round brushes when you start painting until you actually find which brushes you prefer. And I hope this has helped you. All the best with your watercolor painting.